Hello. Thank you for joining Parkinson Voice Project for today's online Speak Out Home practice session. My name is Samantha Ellenderry. I'm a speech language pathologist and the founder of Parkinson Voice Project. I'm here to help you establish and maintain a consistent Speak Out Home practice routine. It is so hard to do exercise, any kind of exercise. It's so hard to stay motivated and to do these exercises every day. So hopefully these online sessions are helping you. Today's topic, the moon. Everybody say the moon with intent. Ready? The moon. Really get the words in front of you. Parkinson's wants to bring everything back this way. Speak out. Ready? The moon. And let's all smile with intent just for a second or two. Give your best smile. Very good. Go ahead and take a sip of water. If you are new to these sessions, welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. I hope you're practicing, or if you are practicing on our website, I hope you will go ahead and enter your first name and where you're from in the chat. You will see the box that says type in your nickname. No need to create a password or login or any of that. The chat is just there to have fun and to motivate you. Even if you're not going to chat throughout the session, go ahead and type in your first name and where you're from so that it will open up and then you get to see the fun images. Let's take our sip of water and we'll get started. I am sipping on warm water. It's not coffee. I've already had my coffee for today. You don't need to sip on warm water, but for me, especially because I don't have Parkinson's, it feels better to do these exercises and sip on that warm water. We're going to start with our first speak out exercise, the warm up. I want you to lift your voice and speak out. And this is what you should be doing even when you're talking in conversation. You're always thinking about lifting your voice and projecting it forward. Ready? May, me, my, mo, moo. Really exaggerate when you do these exercises and connect the sounds. We say we do them in cursive. Try to connect them. Ready? May, me, my, mo, moo. Let's do it again. May, me, my, mo, moo. When you do these exercises, another way to think about intent is to say, I'm going to be deliberate. Be deliberate, be purposeful as you are saying every syllable. Ready? May, me, my, mo, moo. Let's do one more. May, me, my, mo, moo. We're done with the warm-up. Go ahead and take a sip of water with intent. That means think about it. How was your weekend? Did you use intent? I want to hear about that. You can go ahead and chat. Hopefully you are incorporating intent into everything that you're doing. I got to babysit my grandson Harvey this weekend. That took a lot of intent. It's the first time I babysat him for about 4 hours. It's the first time I babysat him that long, but we did have fun. All right, next speak out exercise, the ah. Deliberately, purposefully open your mouth wide and then project that ah up and forward over your computer. Ready? Ah. Good. Let's do another one. Ah. it for about 10 seconds. There is no need to hold it longer than 10 seconds. That's long enough, and if you can't hold it 10, it's okay. Do the best you can. Let's do it again. Really concentrate, but try not to be too stiff or we don't want to be too tight here. Try to sit back and relax and let your voice do the work. Let's do it again. Good. Let's do a shorter one. Make sure that mouth is open. Ready? Good. We're done with the ahs. Let's take a sip of water with intent. If you have not watched our What is Parkinson's video, I want you to watch it. It is a key part of our Speak Out Therapy program. You need to watch it. Sandy will post the link, and I encourage you to watch it with your family and your close friends too. It's important that everybody important in your life needs to understand what Parkinson's is. There's a lot of misconception about it, and I think you'll find the video very helpful. All right, next, speak out exercise, the glides. Project out a steady ah, and then slowly glide up. Here we go. Ah, ah. I am being very deliberate. I'm thinking about it. I want you to do the same. Let's do it again. Notice that I am not going real high. I'm not going into falsetto. I'm also not going real low. Think about the pitch range that you use in conversation. We don't go really high or really low. Okay, so when you're changing your pitch, the range doesn't need to be that wide, but you do need to change your pitch. Let's try it again. When you get to the top, make sure you stop all the way. You close your mouth, let everything relax. Let's do it again. Good. Let's do one more with intent. Get the sound in front of you. Ready? Very nice. Let's take a sip of water with intent on a scale of 1 to 10. How much effort are you putting forth when you do these exercises? You don't want to just go through the motions. You want to think about what you're doing. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how much effort are you putting forth? If you are not at an 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, on this next one, I want you to think about it more. Use more intent. We're going to count. We are connecting the numbers just like we did on the warm-up, and we're going to stop at the end of each row. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Good. Go backward. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let's do it again. And let's use more intent. I'm not going to hold this up, and we're going to stretch out the vowels. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, very good. Now, a lot of people, when they're doing these exercises, they say, oh, but they sound so loud. You need to put forth a lot of effort. You can compare it to walking in the mall, okay? Just, that would be like conversation, all right? And then power walking, okay? So when you're doing these exercises, you're using a lot of intent. Take a sip of water. Today's topic for our reading and conversation exercises is the moon. The moon. Everybody say the moon. Ready? The moon. We're not going to trail off. Let's read these sentences with intent. Here we go. July 20th is International Moon Day. Now notice that I'm saying every syllable with intent. Let's read it again. July 20th is International Moon Day. Next. It marks the anniversary of the U.S. moon landing on July 20th, 1969. So we're going to stretch out the highlighted words. Let's say the date again with more intent. July 20th, 1969. Did you use your best voice? Let's just read the date again. More intent. July 20th, 1969. Good. Next. The moon is an average of 238,855 miles away. That took a lot of breath support. You don't have to read these sentences on one breath. Just speak out, and then you'll take your breath whenever you need it. Okay, let's read it one more time. The moon is an average of 238,855 miles away. Next. The moon is 400 times smaller than the sun. I want you to say, than the sun. Ready? Than the sun. Make sure when you're reading every single word with intent. Let's read it again. The moon is 400 times smaller than the sun. All right, take a sip of water and then we'll move on to the conversation exercise. The conversation exercise is where we have to think, organize our thoughts, and then speak out. What are some phases of the moon? Go ahead, with intent. Let's read these with intent. New moon, full moon, waxing crescent. Are you speaking out? Let's read them again. New moon, full moon, waxing crescent. Next question, I want you to name some astronauts. Who can you think of? Say their names with intent. Let's read these together. Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, Sally Ride, John Glenn, Alan Shepard. Now, let's read them again and make sure that their names are going in front of you. Ready? Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin, Sally Ride, John Glenn, Alan Shepard. All right, great. We're going to move on to Dr. Boone's words. These words have a lot of G's, K's, and NG's. Those particular sounds force the back of the tongue to go up, and if you say them clearly, the tongue will go up and hit the roof of the mouth, and that's what we're trying to do, get the back of the tongue to move up higher. Let's read each one twice. Ready? Goo, la, gang, ga, ga. Again. Goo, la, gang, ga, ga. And next. Ku, ka, man, gu, ka. Again. Ku, ka, man, gu, ka. Next one, this one's a little bit challenging because the G and the L are next to each other. The G is a back sound, but the L, the tongue is up in the front, so it has to move quickly. Let's read these twice. Gangla, gangla. Last one. Kukla, kukla. So when the G and the L or the K and the L are next to each other, sometimes the G and the K don't come out as clearly. Take a sip of water, then we'll move on to our bonus reading. Here's the bell. Can you guess what our bonus reading will be about by looking at this picture? Here we go. The pink moon. Let's read it with intent. Ready? The pink moon is a full moon that takes place during the month of April. Let's read that sentence again. Now you know the rhythm. Let's read together. The pink moon is a full moon that takes place during the month of April. In 2024, it was visible from Tuesday, April 23rd, to Thursday, April 25th. During this event, the moon does not actually turn a vivid shade of pink. Instead, the pink description represents the moss pink, also known as creeping phlox, a type of flower that spreads early in the spring. And there we can see a picture of creeping phlox. All right, we post our bonus reading for you. We post our reading material for you so that you can use it for extra practice. If you are struggling in using your best voice in conversation, you need to spend more time on reading, and that's why we post the reading material. Take what you learned in this session. Practice, 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 and practice some more. Really focus on speaking out and every syllable with intent. The better you get at that, at your reading, the better your conversational speech will be. Thank you so much for joining me today. This is the best part of my day. I love practicing with you. The only bad part is that all of you can see me, but I can't see you. But I know you're out there, and I really am proud of you for doing your exercises. I'll be back tomorrow. Bye-bye.